Hey friends, what's going on? I wanted to do a quick review of this OBD2 scanner. I always get those letters, I always say ODB, but it's OBD2 scanner that I ordered from Amazon from a company called Andes, who I've ordered some other electronics from before. And you might be saying, "Why? How can this guy review this if the box isn't open?" Well, the reason is because I ordered one. I use it so often that I ordered a second one. So I gave the first one away to my dad and bought a second one for myself. So if you have ever gone to a repair shop and they say, "Hey, we want to pay, we want you to pay us so much money just to read the codes on your car." Well, for cheaper than what that place is going to charge you one time, you can buy one of these and you can do it on all your cars all the time. You can do it for your friends' cars. This isn't a thing that doesn't get locked into one specific car. You can plug it into any car. And this is going to tell you a lot of information. You can see a lot of the stuff right there on the front of the box. But the biggest stuff for me is that you can view what your codes are. So if you have an engine, your engine light comes on, and if you're like me, you freak out and you go, "What's wrong with this car?" And sometimes the engine code comes on because it's going to be, like something like very, very, very minor, or it could be like your engine's going to blow up tomorrow, right? So if you're like me, you turn on, you see that light, you freak out, right? Okay, you plug this into your car. I'm going to open this up and show you where it connects. Every car that has been made in the past 30 years has an OBD2 port, and it is right underneath your steering wheel. And so all you got to do is turn your car on. You don't even have to start it. You just turn the car into the on position. That thing gets power, and you'll be able to plug this thing right in. This is the manual. You probably won't need the manual because this thing is so easy to use. But if you need to know anything about like how to, navigate the menus or anything like that, it's in there. If you're like me, electronics guy, car guy, any kind of guy that would probably own this, or gal that would own this, then you're not going to need the manual. So this connects to, there's a little port. Now, before I found out about these devices, I didn't even know that port existed. I never even saw it, but there is a port that's exposed on your car. It's on, we have 5 different cars in my driveway. I got kids that drive, me and my wife, and all of them have the exact same port. And so this is going to plug into that port underneath your dash, or underneath where your steering wheel column is. You'll see it's right there. It's been above your knees all these years and you never noticed it. And then you're going to get this screen. Now, I will tell you, there are lots of different versions of these out there on Amazon, and this one is super light. It probably just has some little tiny computer motherboard in there, and so this is one of the simpler ones that's out there, but that means it's also simple to operate. You just, you have these buttons to navigate the menus and stuff. You've got an OK thing like that. Now, let me tell you a couple of other things that this could do. Number one, this can read the VIN number on your car. So whenever you punch it in, if you're looking for your VIN number, maybe it's missing, or you can't read where the little thing is, this will tell you your VIN. This will tell you any of the errors that are on your car, like that show up, like I said, the check engine lights. Or you can also reset that check engine light. So I bought a car. It had a check engine light on. They told me it had a check engine light on. And, it was it was a 20-year-old vehicle. And anyway, I said, "Hey, I'm going to plug this in real quick." I plugged it in, and I looked, and it said something about that there was a misfire, but the date was a long time ago. So I reset the code. That code, the light has never come back. So that light was probably on for a long time, and they never knew what caused it. I just turned the code off. Now, if the problem happened again, the light would come back on, but it's never come back on, So it's just like this one-time deal, cars with all the computers and stuff, just a false reading or something happened one day 10 years ago, and that light's been on all this time. And so you could reset that. It gives yourself, a little peace of mind. So you can look at different things on your car. You can look at all your little settings and stuff like that. Again, if you're like me, that check engine light would drive you crazy. And again, those, it wouldn't surprise me if you went to one of these little small mechanics and they say, "Hey, we want $100, to look at the code or whatever, look at the check." They probably just have this same thing. that they paid half price or less for. They bought it on Amazon. So you buy one on Amazon too. You can look at those codes on your car, and it'll give you a little bit of peace of mind. And like I said, if it's an old code, you can also, one last thing, let me just say this. If you have a code like something that says a bad spark plug or something, and your check engine light's on, you could turn that off. And the minute, like if that's a real problem, like that problem is still happening, like if that problem happens 5 minutes from now, your check engine light will come back on. So this will help you know, is this an old problem that happened one time a long time ago, or is this an ongoing issue with your car? So this, I mean, one little tiny purchase gives you a lot of, it calms, for me, it calms my mind and makes me stop worrying about that thing. So yeah, check out these little OBD2 scanners. They come in a lot of different colors. I bought whichever one was cheapest, and the one I gave my dad is blue. This one's red. Doesn't matter to me. So get ready to take this one out and put it back out in the garage where the old one was. Highly recommended.
Connects pretty fast. Looks pretty good. I like it.